So, here we are.
Hmm.
Snorlax's first video of the decade.
Indeed.
Alright, Jesus Christ.
I
Who is
mean-
this guy?
It's been a while, hasn't it, guys? Back by unpopular demand. So, today on our hands, we have Rotanks with us.
Hello.
We have Akimo,
Yo.
Fortune,
That's me.
and Sizo.
Hello.
Today, we have a very special discussion.
Say so.
Say so. We have very special discussion. Premium Collection 2020.
Yep.
Thoughts on
4-2.
what each clan needs.
0-2-0.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm going to be wrong in every single thing I talk about here. I'm just going to throw that disclaimer out there.
Been a bit
Alright.
since you played.
It has been a bit since I've played
Like what, 2 months?
a month and a bit or something, yeah.
I
Maybe a
don't
month.
think he's played once this decade.
I haven't been into the card shop once this decade.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shall we get started?
Yeah,
let's
so
get started.
Just
So,
over each clan, what each clan wants.
yeah,
Okay.
just sort of what we think each clan wants or needs. We'll start it off at the top with Royal Paladin. Does anybody have
They
a
got
experience playing this deck?
played quite a bit.
Twin
but
Storm is
I
pretty
think
good.
I think they got everything going for them at the moment. Like they
Mind
just
you.
they need better. What was it? Paint deck power. Not
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a Brave Lance Dragon, but instead of using hand as cost, you use CB.
Okay, wait, so
yeah.
are we sure though it's also going
So
to be
you can
strikes,
go,
not
since I
bait?
have no
Most
CB,
likely, considering
I
the,
don't need to pay the cost.
yeah.
Same.
If they're strides, I think what Royals need is maybe another multi attacker, just like something to finish up with.
A better
I think,
Twin
I
Sword?
think something to do with MLB actually. It might be something weird.
Nah,
Ooh.
I mean,
we
we
can't
do
You
do
know
that.
what?
MLB
I
is the
wouldn't.
same
I
month.
wouldn't mind something to do with. I
It
wouldn't
can.
mind having
It's
something to
on-
do with MLB.
Yeah,
It
it's
could
on
be
the
very
same
good.
month. It's released in the same month. As
Which
well.
MLB?
Mind you, that, mind
Majesty.
you, based on the image that goes to Digital Prime Collection, the dude looks a bit. I don't know, it reminds me a lot of Ultima. Dragon.
What one are you talking about? There's 4 dudes on there.
Wow, the one that's RP.
Oh, the
you
one on
mean
the left.
you mean the Brave Lance Dragon looking ass dude?
The one that's not actually holding a lance.
Yeah, I don't know.
That-
Maybe
that's like
core
Brave.
attacks.
That's like Brave Lance Dragon. You can't tell me otherwise.
Oh, tanks, we can't be
Or
other one.
power up,
It's
roll
gotta
other
suck.
things. Or if we go, maybe a restander.
I reckon something restanding. would
Maybe a
be
restander if you have like enough
Please no more
restarts.
Blaster Blade help.
Brave
Uh,
restander.
Search your Squiggles.
Yeah.
Oh no, not again.
Brave restander, but everything you
Yes.
check gives you a draw effect.
So Royal, it doesn't have to be brave specific. Yeah, I think it can be generic. You
Yeah, I reckon.
Just generic.
I feel like the thing with Premium Collection is most of the stuff has to be generic so that you can get in from standard.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
A lot of
maybe
the
some
time-
restander or just cause units
Yeah.
or multi attacks. I don't know.
Alright,
Just
But also, like, sort of.
Shadow
down.
Paladin now?
shadows. What do I need? More
Siso.
trying to
Say so.
improve on Morpheus, which is
Which is
that's a
hard to
task.
do.
hard
Unless-
without breaking it. It's hard to do without breaking it.
It-
What I
feel
suggest
like-
is maybe a better. We can have a better restander than Spectral, so maybe a ritual based
Yeah.
restander.
No,
I think-
maybe a Diablo.
I feel like with
Actually-
Shadows though, it has to be a main deck card though,
Do you feel
Okay.
like they might...
because aren't you're still gonna want to go into Morpheus as early as possible though.
Yeah, but if you give it, no, sometimes you just don't have the resources to do Morpheus.
It's
That's-
no
that's
same
true.
thing with Neonectar. You just want to go into the one stride. And you
Yeah.
just have the other one as a backup.
So I think this backup either maybe extra drive, or an extra, or restand based on ritual, which is like
Do you
fair
feel
enough,
like
a better Claret Sword.
To me, like, TBH, hot
A
take.
Claret Sword.
Each clan gets a card that activates in the G zone.
Ooh.
what
What
do you
from
mean?
face down?
Like, I don't, like, yeah, when, like, a G zone and face up ability.
Oh no, some of them already have it.
Some of them already have it, yeah, but
Like
then,
Blue
like,
Ball. and
those aren't, the
Magic
TBH,
One.
those aren't the good ones. Weirdly enough. I feel
Yeah.
like, except for
Like,
Itchy,
it's-
but, like, Itchy's
They
Itchy.
had
Itchy
good
triggers.
power. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like
That's how I look
we
at
can
it.
do that, but then they just become flip targets instead of just
Yeah,
strides.
exactly.
Yeah.
it's
Do you
true.
think with Shadows they might go away from the whole like Morpheus thing, and because we just got Claret Sword and Standard, they might go to that?
Like a
Old
Claret
Shadow-
Strike,
old-
maybe.
The only problem is old Shadow Paladin was
Grade 1 Reliant.
it was still grade 1 online. It was just
Yeah.
killed all grade
Still
1
is.
killed grade 1.
Yeah.
Like,
Like they could make it a Claret Heart restriction, I guess.
oh no, then we
No.
there's
No.
Move it in the generic a bit.
like
That ain't-
that rips away from being generic. I think just make it generic. Like Ritual is also is pretty generic in
Yeah.
itself. That's why they made it.
Yeah.
But if you want really generic, I think, and the battle sack X if you sacked enough, like
Do
Restand
X skill
also.
or Y
Maybe
skill.
like
or
maybe like
whatever.
when this unit attacks, sack a bunch of rear guards, and like you get +1 drive for each unit you sacked. And there's something else as well.
oh nah, maybe you just sack 3, you get
No,
plus 1
I wouldn't.
drive.
Yeah, maybe that.
And then you sacked 5, it restands. or
If you sack
something.
5, you get +2
Restand.
or something. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe something like
Restand
that.
with crit and guard restrict.
Restrict.
I
Hell
think
yeah.
I think a
Encourages
restand
force
is
markers,
too
which is nice.
broken.
And then you get the call from hand.
Oh yeah.
Just
pretty
give it the whole
I think,
9
I
yards.
think I don't know. I think Shadows could use another.
So just give it itchy treatment. Is that what we're going on about?
Nah, just give it restand.
ban-
And
If every,
ban-
if every clan got
ban in the
itchy
month
treatment,
after.
then we wouldn't have really a top 3 deck.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright,
So
One
you
deck-
keep going first strike for
Golds just need to finish it as an Ultima.
Or GB8. Because
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Oh.
nice.
True.
TBH,
Nah,
I think
I think-
that's the case for the next 4 clans.
Don't you
Yeah.
mean GB banned?
Yeah. Nah. What was it? Golds just I think something like Glorious, but
They
it
need a
powers up.
good
It powers up.
I feel like something that goes away from Ezel though.
Go
Yeah, so make it generic. Make it like Glorious. So the more you call,
Yeah.
the more you get to call.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Liberator Stride.
Oh.
Oh, please no.
But what else? It's like, yeah, I think just give it a not a restand. give it a finisher where you multi-attack, but you also get power. So it gives an alternate like type of finisher as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they
It's just
really
like
wanted to
everything
break
a restand.
goals, I feel like they could give it field control so you
restander?
can get rid of homilies.
Nah, that's
If you really want to break it.
but Gold's never shot, so that's the
But
thing.
they can
so-
now.
Nah, I think extra attacks. Yeah,
Hmm.
extra attacks are fine.
Hmm.
Extra attacks are power. Okay, next
Okay,
is OTT.
so OTT.
Alright, that's us.
Bring back itchy.
Don't
Not bring back Ichi.
Give me
Yeah.
back my
I'm
itchy.
fine with not having support as long as we get itchy, but
I think
we're not gonna have that. That's
Yeah,
not
Literally,
happening,
if they came out and said we're not giving OTT any premium collection support, but they can have itchy back, I will be happy.
nah.
That's
Nah.
too good though. There's a
so
reason why it's banned.
we were
Yeah.
Because
talking
the rest
before
of you are
about
bad and can't play around it.
I think
What?
what OTT needs, I think, is something that's I don't know. It's like nothing not really G, like more drives I would think, and more draw
Nah,
power
remember what
with
we,
those drives.
what we just
yeah,
said
like
before?
we were talking before about like similar to old Itchy, like to Premium Collection Itchy, but instead of giving it guard restricted and all that, it's just Farmer gets 2k per card in hand.
Just
You
give it
draw
more
up to the
draw.
amount of face up you have, and then if you draw enough, you then check top 5 and stack.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that like OT then doesn't have a good first like stride.
Mm.
Hang on, but isn't the format still like?
Just use the on hit
so
for it.
wouldn't that take a while?
I think
to,
like what
off?
OT really
The two
needs, what
strides,
OT needs is
really.
a good first stride, like a pressurizing first stride is what they need.
Yeah. After
No,
Ichi
we
got
got-
banned,
They
went
need
back,
no. They
so
do need.
Yeah.
They do need a better first stride because the one that they currently have is absolute garbage.
Make a Barolo clone then. On hit everything draws. Like front row draws.
Yeah, I could. I could
The
see
problem
that.
with that is I think for ODT, right, is that they don't have that multi attack pressure.
No, but like,
that Nature has.
but then give the power up with the 2k for each card in hand. They
Yeah,
can't
so
guard
it's,
everything.
so it's still got the continuous plus 2k for every face-up card or whatever it is, or card in hand,
Card in
Yeah.
hand.
but then everything just gets an on-hit added to it.
Yeah, on hit draw. That's like.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I
you
feel
want
like
pressurizing. The problem is that there's too much. They designed themselves into a wall with OTT.
Yeah, it's very
yeah,
hard.
the problem with having too much draw power is that it's hard to like do anything else about it.
What's the point?
The
Like-
problem is you also deck out super quick though.
No, it's not bad. It's just
Speaking of deck out,
you want deck out.
Yeah. Speaking of deck out, Angels.
yeah, okay. For me,
Angels need a good first strike.
Yes.
no, Angels don't need a good first strike. We've got a first strike.
You need
Just
finisher.
guard 4
Hey,
They need a
Hey,
finisher.
5.
They need a good finisher. That's what something that prevents deck out is actually what I'm thinking. Something has a G zone effect that prevents deck out.
Maybe
So
you
you want like a second or third stride that'll stop you from decking out.
Kind of. But I want like something that has like a G zone effect, something like once per turn, like you can put 2 cards from your drop set back into your deck or something like that.
2 normal units.
Yeah,
normal
G
units.
zone. Yeah, 2 normal units because we already got something that puts back triggers anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
2 normal units. Yeah, that's fine.
But like
Yeah.
also if you put back 2 normal units and stuff like that, then the rescue checks are just dead garbage. Then so that's a problem. With
No,
that.
what?
that's true.
Then, but
I
then
reckon
you can't-
one
you can't-
trigger and 1 normal unit is fine.
Oh
That's about
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, because you gotta have the rescue checks to have to do
I
something.
think you need to cost. You need either Soul Blast or Counter Blast one.
Yeah, I think I reckon like maybe either Soul Blast, Counter Blast, or discard one would be a
Yeah.
good cost.
Because otherwise
For
you're
it.
just filtering triggers. Then
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much for me. But also a finisher though. So like you can run 2, flip it up for a G-Zone effect, but it also has a finish
yeah,
kind of
what
effect.
would the main effect be then? Like what?
The main
attack?
effect. The main effect was something like what I really like about what is it? Eden is that she has an multi-attack factor, which is pressurizing.
Yeah.
But she calls over stuff, which I really do not like because your nurses are broken hearts, then leave the field and stuff, and they get weak. So I'm thinking like something that restands or something like that. Maybe
Just
I'm
stand.
thinking maybe a pseudo Ultima, but like
A
not with the-
restand
not with the
could be
powers.
very dangerous for Angel
But
Feather.
then,
That could be
then you
really
just
good.
play Ultima Loop if you want.
Exactly.
That's what I really want to get rid of though. That's why like I want to get rid of Ultima Loop. I want to get rid of like most loops.
Like
basically.
OTT,
Yeah, exactly.
Angels have been backed into a wall where they only have this one thing they do to win.
And
I
it's
reckon,
really,
like-
it's either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Although like there's no point giving it extra drives and stuff because they rescue checks a drive.
They're
maybe a
just
Vanguard
an extra
restanding.
gimmick.
Vanguard
They're a
Restanding,
gimmick.
Vanguard restanding, I think.
That's.
But if it has to be a finisher, then it's got to be something else. A Vanguard restanding, but instead of
I
like loses
think
its drive, but it gets
maybe.
checks.
I think maybe just give huge power to your for each damage on field or something. And just
Yeah, potentially.
Kind of, but
Yeah,
then
just
like, something
massive
like a
damage.
finisher. Something that we can make it restand. I think like
swap your damage with your field.
that's.
I mean,
kinda-
they do that now.
You
It's
know,
kind of
how-
alright. I kind of think that's good. That's where it's probably going to lead up to. But
Swap
like
your damage with your field.
removing
and
broken
On attack,
removing
I
broken
feel
heart.
like
To be honest, I just want OG Gabriel to be good. To be
I feel like if you're gonna do anything for it though, if you're gonna do the swapping field with damage, you should just leave the field the damage face up again instead of face down, and then just give it a huge counter charge.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like because it's not doing any harm. It's still in the damage
At
zone.
this point. At
But
this
it also
point,
just
no.
gives Angels a bit more to extend for that finishing
Or
aspect.
maybe the G zone effect can be when your Vanguard attacks, swap a card from damage and field.
That's what I was thinking as well. Like
Yeah,
something to do with
exactly.
like when during each battle phase, swap a card at the start of each battle phase. So
Yeah,
like
At
against
the
your
start of
opponent,
each battle. Yeah.
each battle, your opponent and yours. So like you can like switch around. It gives maybe if you're using OG Gabriel an extra power boost. It like encourages Nurse of Broken Heart.
Yeah.
What boy
I
would
don't
Broken
know.
Heart be restricted?
No, it wouldn't.
Nah.
It wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
No, it
Nah,
wouldn't.
You don't
too
reckon?
many things just roll over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You have to,
Gabriel
like-
doesn't. Ultimate does not like Gold Paladin Ezel does not care about
Yeah, that's
Gabriel
true.
power ups.
Yeah. Because they're all GB restricted. So
So
that's what I'm about Angels, I think. Yeah.
So we went from 2 decks that have been backed into a corner with their mechanic to one that I feel like is basically going to be set with its new mechanic, at least for a little
It's
while, in its
pretty-
astral planes.
Yeah.
Astral
Nah,
plane on a
not-
grade 4.
All right.
I feel like they're going to have to do something with an astral plane.
No,
now.
Astral
Yeah.
Plane,
Reject
face up
card.
G zone. Face up G zone. You keep
Yeah,
Astral
based on
Plane.
G-Zone. And Astral Plane based on G-Zone, I really like that idea.
Like if it's a face up G zone, you get Astral Plane continue. It's basically perm Astral Plane.
I feel like it should be like a G-Zone effect, like a G-Zone effect flip.
Like in the
And
G
Astral
zone, you keep whatever units on the astral plane.
Because I don't know
The-
about you guys, but I really like the G-Zone effect thing on strides. It's really nice.
Oh, the G-Zone effect on thing is great.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
when you
I
also
love
have to
it.
give-
Instead of like an astral plane from the grade 4, the grade 4 is the astral plane unit.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Ooh,
as
that
well. You
could
can-
be
Yeah.
cool.
So like
Yeah.
it moves from the
So
G zone
you,
to the
you
astral
never
plane.
Maybe
you
like-
never have to minus
So-
from hand.
So
Yeah.
are you kind of saying, like, instead of a stride, you're just using that grade 4 as an extra astral plane?
It can be a stride and it
Yeah,
can
like
For
be
the
a-
cost
stride
of
it,
a
and then
stride?
face up in G zone, it's an astral plane unit.
So you can still
Could be
call
like
the
that.
grade 5.
Or like, I'm also
Yeah.
maybe like you could like have it like after the battle it attacks, move it to and turn into an astral plane.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
So
Potentially.
like yeah,
So like cheat out, like keep Astral Plane around
Yeah.
when you're striding instead of just
Yeah.
like, it just disappears.
yeah.
We'll go on to the
It's
next one, I guess.
Kagero.
Unless somebody's got more to say about that.
No,
I don't think there is much more.
Nah, I think Astral Plane is very like if it goes in that direction, it'll be very nice for like standard players going to premium.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's really forgiving that way too.
Yeah,
you don't have to
'cause-
go out and fish out for all the old G cards and
I guess
Was
also,
it?
like the big thing
What?
about premium collection is like it is part of it is to get standard players into premium. So
Yeah.
that would be really good.
I feel like it's a
Yeah,
huge
and
part
then
of
they
it.
look at the meta and realize then they got to go and buy a whole standard gold paladin deck.
Oh no, that's if you want to win.
Once they're already
Gold
playing
Paladin's
Gold Paladins, hey,
That's
yeah.
if you want to
getting
gold
banned.
power in Indonesia.
Gold Paladin's getting banned. So Kagura's got a
Kagura,
very good G zone pool already.
Yeah.
how do you?
Very good,
alright,
very good main deck, very good
so-
G-Zone.
so how do you make a good G zone even better
Without breaking
Yes.
without
Without breaking
breaking it?
Okay, so see the problem with Kagura strides is you either retire or you restand, or you do both.
And those
So-
two abilities are fantastic in this game.
Yeah, so if Kagura is like, was it? They're basically privileged to have the restand factor. So
Hmm.
so
Sieg and
they're
Berg.
gonna be lazy. I'm not sure they're gonna be lazy and just giving them a restander or not a nuker.
I
But
reckon-
also,
I feel
don't
like
know.
what they could
How
do
about,
is like as we kind of touched on. I can't remember with which clan. Give it like an effect where if you retire this many, you get this effect, and if you retire this many, that turn
yeah,
on
That's
but
will
what I
then,
stand
mean.
this
but
many.
then you can
I
play
think
around
like
so
get more. I think it was like
Yeah,
maybe
you play around it so
I was
easy.
actually thinking like get more drives based on how many you retired this turn.
That's like opposite of Aggravain. That's funny.
That's fine. More drive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe better rear guard power because Kagura does like rear
It
guard.
retires the Vanguard and makes him ride one from hand or sword.
That's
So we're
pretty,
calling-
That's pretty
strong.
spicy, but that might
So,
Hell,
it's
So
are we
just
calling
a
it
Drachma? Yes.
baby
Yeah.
Drachma.
It's just a Drachma, but instead of also making them discard two, it's just they have to ride one from hand or from sword.
I feel like that would be stupid.
That
Yeah.
might be a bit too good.
It's too good, yeah.
If they allow them to ride a grade 3 from
Yeah.
anywhere, then
I feel like that's a GB4 effect.
that's
Oh,
GB4,
fuck
damn.
GB4.
Not even. This is just big.
GB4. Who
stupid.
gets to GB4?
I don't rate.
I think
You
either
can't even
retire,
first ride that.
restand. It's either gonna be retire restand or maybe even like I don't know, like rear guards. There's like she give your rear guards some type of effect. I don't know.
Dude, just like leaves the G zone and then it restands to like normal Vanguard.
Actually, that'd be so broken.
Wait,
You're
so
right.
what,
Master.
I can just Legion and
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, sure. Like, if
Yeah.
you can do it, you can do it.
I mean,
No, but, like, the
if you
problem
do
is-
Legion thing, yeah. And
Problem
like
is,
you
Rivia
fail,
kind of nags about it.
then that gives you a second thing to do.
no. But the thing is, this one I don't know. Is like Dumjid's like a finisher and a good first stride. So Something
Not
that-
much.
something like if you because Kagura only plays the Legion at the moment, so if you can't Legion and Dumjid looks pretty bad,
It's
probably
kind
make
of
a
like, I feel like
make a stride for
Kagura is
this.
something that like pushes it away from Legion.
Mm.
or pushes Legion if he's
Yeah, it's one of those two. It's either going to push it away or push it towards.
yeah. Because Metal Bogs had the thing where you could do Legion on the stride.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you got to sort of think catering towards the new players and what's coming out. They're going to
Yeah,
push
like-
Legion away more than anything. Because
Kagura is
it's quite hard to obtain those cards these days.
Yeah.
Too.
Kagura. I don't know what they would get. Probably
Yeah.
maybe something like rewrite from hand or something like
Yeah,
rewrite
maybe.
by free.
Maybe. Yeah, that's
So
what
like,
makes sense.
like the
Yeah,
old
force
Pokemon
marker.
cards or what was it? Yeah, the Bermuda Triangles had those. Where you
Yeah.
rewrite after end of battle.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
no,
blouse.
not for strides.
Those are blouse.
Yeah, Blouse and Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you write. So say you have like, so you stride with this, and then end of battle, you can either ride your the end or you can ride your
Oh,
the great,
Pokemon
and then
has
you
that
have
too.
your. Then you have your like second restand, so you have like 3 battles. So it's kind of like the Legion play, except maybe a bit stronger because you get the Force Walk out of it as well.
I don't want to talk about touches. Ooh.
Actually, it can multi attack as well because you can ride the Drake, you can call back the Near Flame.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay,
Alright,
so
anyway.
yeah.
Alright, we got to start getting them.
Narukami?
Naru,
Naru's-
okay, they need a lot,
anything for
man.
premium.
Because
I
they
mean,
need
just-
everything.
Actually, to be honest, I think they just need a really, really good first try, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the first try,
It's
it
better than what
needs
they
to
have now.
bind
Just do that.
like it needs
Find the front row.
Just
Fine.
do it.
First strike
It needs
with
to
golden
like
skill.
not only bind from field but bind from hand.
no.
I just don't
Like
want you
it
to.
needs to be good enough to the point where Naru's actually may become viable.
Okay, wait.
Like
Problem-
don't
the
fully
problem-
the
break
problem-
the shit out-
The problem
like,
with this
don't break the shit out of it, but like make it
the
decent.
problem is that you can't expect every clan to be good.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
think it's going to be viable.
Yeah,
No,
but
Narukami is one of the
at
clans that will never be
at least to
viable.
make it better, you know
Like
what
for
I mean?
example, I feel like Golds and like Neos might get a bit of a shaft.
yeah.
After
I'm
Well,
okay with that
unfortunately,
if
kind of deserve
Katrina
it.
stays fine.
Yeah, but Narukami, I think instant front row bind that's not targeted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's pretty good.
Just, like,
And if
choose
you
your-
have
like
if
choose your spread in circles and bind
So
them.
are you
and
just
then
saying
plus-
like
plus 10k
so
to
you're just
front row or
saying
something?
like on stride bind the front row?
bind the front
Yeah.
row, and if you have two or more, bind the whole field. Two or more face up, bind the whole field. So it allows
Yeah,
you to
exactly.
guard.
That
Each of,
And then
each of
if you-
the gets this extra ability, like each of your regards plus 5k.
And
for
then
each card you bind.
if you bind enough, your regards get, I don't know, 5k for each bind
Yeah.
card.
Card in the
Counter-Strike.
bind zone or something,
Bind zone,
whatever.
yeah.
So a better Vanquisher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
better Vanquisher, and
Like an
Yeah.
earlier Vanquisher kind of thing or whatever.
That's
and
fine.
maybe make a Vanquisher, make the Stride Vanquisher, so you can play the new support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
exactly.
just play
Oh,
it's standard
yeah.
plus basically.
That
Hmm.
sort of thing, but the skill being on attack would be really good and the cost being bind a card from your own hand, so you can get like extra attack.
You get Chaturanga, you can get extra attacks. Yeah, actually, yeah. So
All right, Nubus.
yeah, bind the front row. Yeah.
Nubus?
This is,
Um,
this is a good first ride. First ride, I think.
Yeah.
First
Yeah, but-
stride.
Maybe Tembu's
You
not
gotta
cutting
think. You gotta think kind of what they've done with
Dominate
Standard
2 from hand, they can't activate auto.
It won't happen because
No,
you gotta
no.
think
Gets
what they've
50k
done.
and 1
Renegade.
crit.
No, they're not
You gotta
doing
think what
that.
they've done with Standard. They'll do something.
They're moving away. I think they're gonna move away a lot from Dominate.
Please move away from Dominate, please.
They're gonna.
please.
They'll have to go towards the tokens.
Nah, I think Dominate is still very
No,
possible
fuck
to
Dominate,
come.
fuck Dominate, no Dominate, please.
I know we
Fuck
like
Dominate.
PTSD from Dominate.
No, I don't
I
want
think
Dominate.
Sierra was around time.
I want TBH. Nubus, I want Nubus to do something with their defensive tokens.
No, but
Yeah,
I think-
exactly.
cool.
I'd rather do something with the
I
tokens.
think
than-
okay. So I'm gonna give you two sides of the coin. So one is gonna be Dominate support, then one's gonna be token support. So
I want token
Dominate-
support.
So Dominate's more for the it's more premium based. So it's like actually
Like
give it
for
up.
those who purely play premium.
not purely for everyone, like, but those don't want to play Nubatama in that type of style because
Yeah.
what's the
Okay.
point if you play both decks the same way? It's like
Mm.
it's kind of like so Dominate. I'm not. It's not gonna be broken. It's gonna be like maybe a soft Rene. So it'll be one card from your opponent's hand. They
No
call it-
GB free. No GB free skill.
No, there's no crit.
No.
Yeah.
crit,
Yeah,
crit.
fuck
It'll
Crit
get-
power.
Maybe like
Let me finish.
Alright.
It'll be 5k for each card you use. So.
I feel like
it'll be a scaling Rene.
I mean, I guess that works because by the time you use it, like by the time you get to it the second time, you'd rather
If you use
just
it, if you use it once, it's fine because it's your first try. You rip a card of your opponent's hand,
Yeah.
and it can hit the power to. It can have the power threshold to hit them, so they can't just call. Actually, give it 10k for each card in G zone because if they want to call trigger, they still have to guard it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
make
I
it
agree,
10k.
I agree.
Make it 10k, and the unit dies at the end of battle. So
Maybe like G's, maybe
Yeah,
like
it's
G's
fine.
ability, or like maybe it's like, I'm going off for G's abilities here. Like all dominated units get like plus 10k or something like that.
yeah, okay, yeah.
That's a
okay,
bit-
now for the token,
broken.
It's not
I
a
think-
bit broken and stuff because you still can't reach Rene.
I think the token one is at the start of each battle phase, like for each I don't know for each card of this card, you make one token on field or something.
Although,
Yeah,
mind
you
you,
get
mind
5k
you,
and boost
like,
per face up.
Like make
So
tokens
it's
on the
just a
start
better
of
Sangetsu.
Ender's gonna be pretty strong though, so hilariously.
but I don't know what can the token one do? Like you make tokens and then you did a defensive mechanic on your turn. It's kind of like
Like, you make the
Make it
token, they
offensive.
just get power, so it just becomes
Yeah.
a
So
near.
you'll turn the
It
fucking
becomes a near
token
after.
offensive for a
Right,
turn,
that's
and then
right.
they can go back to being the.
the problem I don't like making tokens is that they're really weak.
Yeah, they do nothing really.
The only problem is
Maybe
they
give
should have
the
had
token-
tokens in the first place.
Retire a bunch
Face
of
up G-Zone
tokens.
effect. Give the tokens 5k.
Offer each.
Ooh, I don't know. Something that's really I don't know. This is really controversial here right now. I wouldn't say, but like retire like as many tokens as possible, and for every 2 you retire, your opponent has a guy with 1 extra card in their head for those
For
battles.
every time.
For
Okay.
every 2 you retire. Because if you
How-
just
how-
remove 3,
How
the
easy is it for them to make tokens?
Pretty easy.
Pretty easy, yeah.
Okay, well,
No,
yeah,
it's
that's fine,
cost.
I'm
It's
okay.
it's costly to make 4 though.
No, you know
Yeah.
what? You know what they need? They need Katrina, but with decoy tokens instead of plant.
Actually, yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Except the
Not
shield power is given.
Why are
to,
you stealing my strides?
I don't know.
This is what
Decoy.
Hero collection is, dude.
Either make decoys like beaters or make decoys like really good shields. Like, oh, actually resist the tokens as well.
Alright, so
Yeah.
Morris-
Face
not
up
really.
just this token.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think
So-
we've all had enough about talking about tokens.
Sorry, go.
Murras, I think there's two ways that they could do it. Either if they want to support the infinite loop, they
Yes,
just
sir, yes, sir,
give
yes, sir.
cards that like basically
copies?
destroy you more
The-
or just filter.
The
you.
Yeah.
Right.
the problem is that nobody's gonna want support
Yeah,
for the.
I don't.
Infinite
That's why I don't think they're gonna do it. The
They're
other thing
not
I
going to
thought
support
of-
Infinite Loop.
Hmm?
They're not going to support the
Yeah.
Infinite Loop. Like, that's the one thing Bushy tries to kill most of the time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
as
Yeah.
well as
Didn't
every
they just
TCG.
believe they killed that?
All right, shut up and let the man talk.
Yeah. So then the second way that they could do it is they would need to ban a few cards to stop the infinite loop, which I think they're going to do anyway. But then just make like once per turn one of your Shadow Stitches go off, even if the attack hits, just to give them more
That's
pressure.
pretty good. Yeah.
when
That's
they're-
Yeah, I
level
like that.
5.
I like that.
yeah.
but-
Shadow Stitch will go off. Yeah.
Two more
Yeah.
things.
I feel like
One, I think they're not going to get good support because they never do in premium. And two, they need to stop using Soul Blast for all their costs for all their
Yeah.
strides. Because like that's
So
all
you
they're
look
using
at-
right now, and they
It's
don't have good Soul
unfortunate
Charger.
for Mirakumo. Like,
So are you looking at something that could potentially soul charge, like as an on ride or
no,
on
not Soul
stride?
Charge. Just no Soul Blast.
Yeah.
Just don't make.
Oh
Soul
yeah,
Blast.
you're just saying move towards counterblast.
Like
honestly,
Counter
like,
Blast
a
would be better, but they don't have a great counter charger. But it's
Yeah.
better
I
than
think
everything
make
being
it free.
Soul Blast.
Some strides are free, like Katrina. Like you
Yeah.
just make it free.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
Like
make it free.
I think having the Shadow Stitch hit like proc off regardless is really nice idea.
I feel like that's the way that they would have to do it.
If they want to support, if they support it like that,
Probably.
or like
actually, this is just talking about all the strides in general and stuff. Hot take, I think. What if like you know how like last premium collection they sort of had like
oh my
strides
god, I
based
thought
on
you were gonna say
the-
another fucking G-zone
No.
effect.
no,
my
That reminds me of something. I'll say something after this.
I think they may have like the art. Just talking about artworks and stuff like that. So I'm just sort of interrupting a bit here, but like probably they might have like artworks that feature like some of the favorite standard units as G units.
Oh, true. So we could get like a Hugo Stride.
No.
Yeah, Hugo
Yeah.
Stride.
I think it could be
I
viable.
like that a lot.
Speaking of Hugo Stride,
Wait.
though, I think
Would just try.
like something really good that they could do for not only Mirrors but for a lot of clans is something like Spirex, where you can stride it from G Zone with
it's a
in your
free-
main
it's
phase.
alternate. It's a like you do clan mechanic and
Yeah.
you get rewarded for playing standard, and then you get the strike.
Yeah,
So it's like Hugo is really good, and especially like as they keep on making new cards, you're gonna want to use those abilities. So it's like,
So, like-
you do Hugo skill, you spin their board, and then you stride.
Oh, so it's kind of like Mordred. You make markers and then you stride. or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something like that could be really interesting.
Yeah. I think if you fulfill
Like,
clan
anything to do all your
condition,
damage,
That can work.
damage stuff,
Yeah.
and then you just rush ride.
like
Yeah.
main phase striding is a very untapped like game mechanic that we
Yeah.
haven't done.
It's kind of
Anyway.
like gross the only gold have it because they did not need it at all.
Ah, Sea breeze is an act.
Oh, true.
Remember that.
exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, so Tachis?
We'll go back to Mirrors. Touches.
Alright,
something.
next-
Something. This is the biggest. This is the biggest meme I'm gonna say in the whole entire video. Something that makes you superior at 27k from your deck.
Yeah.
Your deck 27k thing.
Yeah, can we?
What else? There's
No,
I
no,
think
touches.
either need to like you can some way to filter the gauge. I don't know, like
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
maybe like
they gotta do
switch-
Like
something
look
about
at like,
that.
something like
cards
look
of
at top
gauge.
three. Look at top three. Like look at top three. Put
or
one.
maybe you
in
could
gauge,
swap
put the
the
rest in
gauge
bottom.
with like hand or drop zone or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like you swap the gauge of hand.
Probably
like,
hand.
Maybe
Probably hand or
flip the
drop.
top deck.
We
think
give
probably
him,
hand
can we
or drop.
kind of
It'd be
give
like
him
reviving
Feathers
Dinosaur
effect
Ninjas.
here and make him swap it with damage?
No,
No,
it doesn't
no,
make
just-
sense.
There's no point in swapping
Just
with
for
damage
fun.
or drop. There's only a point in swapping with hand.
Hand,
No,
because
but drop would be
then it's a
cool.
then it's a
Of, like,
gauge
Dinosaur.
plus 0.
Yeah,
But then you're building better hand to what was it, to like do better boards.
Hmm.
I
Like
think
if-
maybe
Yeah, keep going.
When
yeah.
maybe like sort of like I don't know, up to twice per turn when a gauge is sent to your drop zone, add it to your hand.
Like,
oh yeah.
If gauge was still like that from like how it was in the first River Support, where like the main point you did with gauges was bounce the hand with the grade 2 and grade 1, then I could see like it being like swap gauge for your
Yeah.
damage or your drop.
Because
But there's no
utility-
point
so
since you
Gauge
don't
is
run
very
those cards.
blind. Gauge is very blind, so you
Yeah.
kind of just want cards in hand.
Honestly, I feel like the stride is gonna be like our counterblast. Like it's gonna be like it's weirdly enough, it might be like a searcher and just call something.
I wouldn't mind that, actually. That
Like,
can
Call
work.
sweeper out.
Each
Tachis
piece, like,
pretty much
super.
need consistency, and that's all they're like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just need the new
Aqua
triple
Force.
rare setter.
Alright, so
Aquaforce?
Aquaforce now?
Aquaforce. Maelstrom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
give it
Yeah.
a better Maelstrom, I
Blue
guess.
Wave had its fun. Blue Wave had its fun.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like I don't know, give it maybe extra drives, restands, rear guards.
What did Maelstrom do
Something-
in G? Was it about Soul?
God
He had some
restrict.
weird. He had some weird
Yeah,
guard
yeah.
restrict.
It was like
Had
how
a
many
massive
guard
restrict.
restrict.
Maelstrom
yeah.
Capital?
I think,
Yeah.
but Maelstrom was the OG guard restrict unit. Like it was,
Yeah.
it was what Limerick 5 back then.
Couldn't break 5, yeah. You couldn't
Actually,
guard with great ones.
with
Everyone-
Maelstrom, I don't
So
think.
are we thinking maybe restand 1 to 2 units and then
I say restand
That's great.
front. I think restand front.
restand the whole front? You reckon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
restand
attacked,
front,
if you attacked enough times, maybe like on the 5th, the banger has an attack on the 5th battle, so you have to commit your.
Your
Like,
front row and
you
head
restand
so,
every-
so you're looking at what? Maybe a cost of counter +1, sword +1, or
Not even
counter
free.
+2 or something.
Free.
Yeah,
free.
yeah,
Fifth battle.
yeah.
Make it the 5th
potentially.
battle, restand
Yeah.
the front.
Yeah,
maybe-
I feel like
maybe gets-
making a 3rd battle was just busted, I think.
Nah, 5th battle. So
Fifth battle,
if
fifth
you
battle.
if you can't make enough attacks, you can play like titles, Algoses,
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
restand
But I
those.
mean, you're pretty much playing those anyway because
yeah,
they're
and maybe
really cards.
if you restood like
And
3,
say if you restood like 4 times, the front row
it's
gets
7,000.
10k or something,
Yeah.
I think
15k,
something
whatever
to
it
note
is.
though is based on the promotional art, none of the units look like familiar, so we might not be getting retrains. We
Like,
might be getting
yeah.
original units for
But
everything.
Yeah.
it could be like that, just not named Maelstrom.
Yeah.
Like, I think Aquas could just get something. If you attack enough times, that's what Aquaforce is. It's always hitting that certain attack, and you get a reward for it.
Yeah,
And Maelstrom, usually the guard strict, but I think restanding the field,
Mhm.
giving them power, and maybe on hit. Actually, nah, not on hit draw. That's a bit too much. But,
Just a better,
Actually-
what was it, Lambros?
or maybe
Yeah.
give one of your rig. You can choose one of your rear guards and give it the title effect, so you
Yeah.
can like
yeah.
if you rip a crit on it, you can just restand it. So it's kind of like that.
Bermuda now.
Actually, before Muta,
Yeah.
going back to what then stuff, none of the units look familiar. I don't know, man. That Genesis unit looking, that looks like Uranus and Astra, like the dragon combined. In the same
Yeah,
art.
it does.
Fair.
All right. Anyway,
Anyway,
Bermuda.
Bermuda,
So-
alright.
Can we bring back Shushu?
Yeah,
Nah,
You're
no,
not
just
getting
not
your
for me.
waifu
I don't want
back,
you
sorry.
to.
For the sake of it, we'll just get Shushu's back into it for no
I
reason.
already done some stuff for Bermuda. Hang on a minute. So, what Bermuda needs,
All right. So
literally, the Bermuda strides are fantastic.
Melody grade 4.
They're all fantastic.
all you're looking
I don't want
at
a Melody
though,
grade 4. No, I don't want a Melody grade 4.
but
I
all you
want them to move away from Melody completely.
if you're looking at what they're bringing out, you're either going Riviera, you're going Coral.
Nah,
maybe
You can make it generic.
Pacifica.
You can make it
I
generic.
want,
You
I
can.
wanna-
It should be generic.
what I want is like.
But I think they'll lean
generic
towards one of
generic
the
finisher.
the old revamped.
That just alienates people to play.
Yeah,
That's
I think what
Yeah, I know
Bermuda
it
needs is like a really generic finisher.
But you got to remember that they made
Bounce
the
5,
last
core
one
5?
Harmony, and nobody was playing Harmony.
Balance 5, core 5. That's
I
that's
reckon
very,
that's
very
like core 5 is
Bermuda.
already the
Mini
GB8. though,
GB8.
is the thing.
Yeah, but if it's not, okay.
It's the GB8. So I think it's more like bounce 5.
The GBA
It's
does
like-
that, but gives power. So if you do that without giving power, I think it could be okay.
I feel like it'd be like
But I feel like Bermuda's got too stronger combos anyway to
Yeah,
not have
really-
to worry
not
about
really,
a power
like-
game.
bounce a bunch of units, right? It's like bounce up to 5 units when it attacks. Bounce a bunch of units. If you bounce 5, you like call 5. But if you bounce 7, it gets like a drive and something like that. If you bounce 9, then does something good. Then something really strong.
Guard Fearless, Guard with 2.
Yeah. So basically, you have to bind your opponent's stuff. So they get cards to guard with,
Yeah.
but you get a lot of good effects on
Benefits
top
there.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
I
benefits.
think it needs to be G zone restricted, maybe like 2 or more face up on the bounce 9 or something.
Yeah. I reckon that too. Just like something because Bermuda's first strikes are fantastic.
And that can work in every deck. So
Yeah. The only thing that I think Bermuda absolutely needs is better G Guardians, and that's it.
Oh yeah,
They have the best, they're arguably the best G Guard in the
yeah,
game.
but
but
that had it coming. That
Yeah,
yeah,
bad.
but that was
so-
always gonna have its day.
Alright,
Yeah.
Blue now.
Oh, Grand Blue.
Hot
Oh, okay.
After Second at Worlds.
Grand Blue, like my pet deck. So it is. I think what was his name? Obadiah. Obadiah is very good already.
Yeah.
Obadiah is very good.
Yeah.
So I think we need something that a better Nitro Stride, like the first one, something
Yeah.
that on attack cause and gives power. I think that's alright. That's what I want, like multi attacks.
Mm.
So because I think after you set up your drop zone, you don't really need to like fin your deck anymore. You just need to get more drop on field to attack more. So it's like, I think
So-
just on attack, call 2,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
get 10k.
Call 2 mill whatever.
Nah, don't use a mill.
Just fill your
Just
drop
mill.
zone.
Yeah, there's enough
Okay.
milling already.
You mill 5 on your first stride, so it's. I think
I
yeah,
reckon
on attack, call 2.
Yeah,
Do
better
they need a
Nitro.
deck refresher, or is decking out not too much for worry?
decking out. No, it's actually because the moment they can hit perfect deck. Well, not perfect deck. Like, yeah, they can leave their deck full triggers eventually, and it's enough. That's when you Megiddo or GB8 them. So I think it's just that that transition from your first stride, in between your first stride and Megiddo, you still need that one theme.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, so-
Gambler needs a bit of more defensive options as well for strides, but I don't know.
I mean, we've lost it with Night Rose, but
Yeah,
we're getting
so
more
maybe
support.
like a G. No, here comes Akima with another G zone effect.
Oh,
Alright, no, stop it right now.
it's not a battle phase. It's at the start of each battle phase. Soul Blast while calling from drop zone, easy.
Honestly, yeah, that's what I was going for.
But then the multi attack with combo with that is it's already too good. It's like,
Yeah,
what's next? Pale Moon.
Oh.
I think they just need a finisher.
Pelman really like. It's really hard for Pelman to get anything new at this point. Their stride is the stride that they got last set
Yeah,
was
like-
fantastic.
Darkside Princess solved a lot of problems.
I
It was
think,
the-
like-
it's a first stride and second. It's a first stride and finisher.
Yeah, exactly. It does so much. I think maybe like something similar to Darkseid. Like the only way I can really think of a card that's better than that it will make it completely invalidated though. It's just I think the only thing that Pelman really needs is Soul Charge.
Oh, maybe copy like the Grand Blue. Maybe choose 3 from deck and soul, put them in soul.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's what I
that'd be
think
good.
too. That's what I probably think as well.
I was also
put
thinking
three
about
from
the
deck
stand
and
trigger
one
that's-
one from Soul.
You got I was thinking something to do with Spear Rex as well, like striding.
Like if you like, you can make your board first and then you Spear Rex or
Mm.
something.
yeah, something like that.
As well.
Or maybe also give the Magia ability to all of your units.
Yeah.
Do something as well.
Because
Yeah.
Night Rose makes all your units hollow, even though
Yeah.
they're not hollowed as well.
Yeah, so like
So
if Grambley gets like a new art unknown, Pelman get a new Harry looking art that gives
I
everything.
mean, it's very possible with the product reveals. So
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
So like, yeah, I think something that gives it the Magia ability, so that at the end of the battle, like maybe at the end of the turn they
so you
bounce
can
all.
mesh like older stuff together with the
Yeah.
newer stuff. So
A bit like because like I hard don't like Dorian being used in Pale Moon.
it's the best option.
The best option, yeah, I hard don't like it.
Alright, next is DI.
The so if you can't Balam, give them a stride that. So no, you can't Balam. You can't Gastil. Give them a stride. Give them
It
this
allows them to do something.
Just give them a stride. Like
them
honestly,
a-
at this point, all DI strides are fantastic. It's,
Yeah, like I
Really
don't know.
strong.
Like I think Balam's a bit too old, too weak. Power crept
Yeah.
at the moment.
Just like a new alarm sort of thing would be good. Just
yeah.
update
Yeah,
it.
new Balam.
Yeah.
Maybe like nuke, soul charge,
Yeah,
So
drive. I mean, that's what Balam did, but
but just make it
That's
more
the whole
better, I
too.
guess.
I make it more. I mean, maybe give your front row power or something, and
Yeah.
or maybe
I think
yeah.
what really set like Am out from the rest of the rest of the rest of the crowd from GBT 14 was the fact that like it gave the sort of like it like meshed so well with the deck that was in. I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
The fact
But,
that,
like, I think DI is very good at the moment. Like DI can live without enough. Can live without.
I feel like
Yeah.
no grade zeros for the turn.
Red Zero.
No, Great Zero's the turn is a bit insane.
I feel like that's a bit
Well,
strong.
we're
It's
going
a bit strong,
wanna-
but like
you
you had the grade twos that did it anyway and did it
Yeah,
anyway.
but that required you to have more pieces instead of just having it on.
yeah.
Guaranteed piece.
Yeah,
Alright, Spike.
Anyway,
spikes. Okay,
Something
turbo
is gonna
faster.
be-
Something just three units for G's then immediately.
Turbo faster.
Yeah,
At a cost,
that's-
like maybe at a heavy cost. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
you can discard 2 and turn another face up for like on your turn.
Mind you, I think like spikes are going to sort of move.
What are we
to-
saying? Counterblast 3, unflip 2.
Well,
Kind of
it's a
lost
bit-
3
I feel
heal 2 damage
but
or
I feel
no?
like-
the spikes
But
are very
spikes-
good. At the
I feel
moment.
like what spikes they're going to do, they're going to move away from the loop. I think move
It's not
more
a
than
loop. It's just
hell hard. Yeah,
Finisher.
but it's incredibly
Why
like
would they need to
a
move
good strong
away
finisher.
with their best option?
that's what exactly change their best option. Just
No,
stop
it's
playing the same
'cause-
deck.
otherwise you're just playing the same deck every time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like more
Like
options.
the problem,
more
the thing is, you
diversity.
want new cards. You want to play the new cards,
yeah.
but if there's no
Yeah.
point playing the new cards if the old cards are just better.
Wait,
It's
you know
like
how
Exactly.
they like in the new set they made it you move your force markers when you attack?
force markers? Oh
What
yeah.
if they make it instead you move all your trigger effects when you attack?
Oh, that's actually really good. Actually,
That's really nice. I like that.
actually yeah, that's
Yeah.
very good.
Give it a quad drive as well to just to make sure though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quad drive. Yeah, make a quad drive and I don't know, make everything in charging state. If
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like the marketing thing.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Alright,
Like, on attack, core 1, and this unit gets all trigger effects applied anywhere or something. I don't know.
You like a G-Zone effect, like not on G-Zone effect, I mean like
No.
a flip effect.
Okay, maybe
yeah, the red text thing.
Yeah.
Stop.
Alright,
I didn't mean it that time.
Gears. Oh boy.
More time leap.
It's either more time. I think it's either more time or
I think it's more time leap.
it's more time.
A ZTB card that flips 3 face up. Whoa.
I'll take that any day. Oh.
What, are we just breaking ZTB now too?
Hey, ZTV is
Hey,
First strike
ZT
heritage.
I'm just gonna put this on record. ZTB is the most fun deck to play in premium, in my opinion.
Whoa.
not anymore.
No,
I
yeah, not
love,
anymore.
You know what? Even though it's crap,
Hey, it's not crap. It's just
it's not crap, but with the meta that we've got, I still think it's the most fun deck we've got. I still
Yeah.
think it's the most fun
Yeah.
premium deck you could possibly find.
yeah. Its survivability was
It's
very.
so
That's
versatile.
very good.
It survived a long time. I think it's still a thing, but it's just really hard to play in this day.
Like, you still have to watch out for it, but it's not going to be winning anything big.
But what I think they'll get is maybe another because history age already does everything for us. Like
Yes.
it time leaped the board.
Yeah.
Powers up.
Just more of the same, I
Powers
guess.
There's one problem though with Gears, and that's the learning curve of it.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
Gears is a
you
very-
can't really fix that with the stride, though.
You can't fix. You can't just make.
I feel like actually, like if
I
we're
feel like
promoting,
though, if you were to bring out something that at least helps it,
Yeah.
like helps the deck be a bit more playable.
we don't know because
Actually- hot take, like after a stride that's like after the battle that it attacks, rewrite a grade 4 from your main deck.
Oh, I like that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, help it. Yeah.
Supporting
Yeah,
so,
maybe.
and then it's retired at the end of the turn, obviously.
supporting
bind
the
two from
standard,
hand and ride one from deck.
That would be good.
So you can get an
Yeah,
extra
bind
like,
one, yeah. Bind, just because I really like the idea of how it binds stuff to do the
yeah,
grades
the
and stuff.
pseudo,
It's a
and
really
it
cool
works.
idea.
We know that Chrono Fang searches for grade 4s,
Mm.
rides
Yeah.
over, like has grade 4s right over, it, and we know Chrono Jet is going to have grade 4s right over it. So
Oh yeah.
it'll
So-
work with everything. So you can proc your Lost Legend, you can proc your Chrono Fang. So
I actually really
and
like
it
that
also
idea.
I like that idea as well, and it also allows you to if you get rewarded if you hit the 19 on your turn with the stride. So
Yeah.
you get
Hmm.
it's kind of like a super heritage.
Mm.
It's like not a heritage, a generic.
Hard
heritage.
like them.
Oh, no.
It's pretty nutty.
Alright,
I think
Yeah.
that yeah.
moving on to Novas.
Give them more restand.
Give
No,
them a-
I think
Right.
Novas now,
One turn.
their biggest thing is they deck out way too easily after busting. Like, they have
But-
to sit it a lot, and then they just go through most of their deck. So if they get a
Yeah.
refresher, that's like all I want for them.
But it's very unlikely as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the best
So-
I could see is
'Cause
like,
you gotta-
for each
You
card
got to
that
think though of what
stands.
the deck will become,
Yeah.
not
Like-
just what it needs.
The
Hmm.
best thing I could see for it is like when a card stands, like I don't know, flip up a G unit, or actually don't do that. And
Yeah.
then like put a card from the drop zone, put a normal.
You got to
unit from the drop zone
GB8
back in
rush
deck.
it too. You're gonna
No. You don't need a GBA rush.
Dude,
I
Busted
think-
is already GB8 rush.
I feel like just like when a card stands, put like it's just maybe similar to what Angels get. Like when a card stands, put like a trigger and a normal unit back into your deck.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, like, do we want to fix their problems and make them really good, or do we just want to give them more of the same? Like, I
Give them-
really feel like
give them
Bushed
better-
will give them more of the same. It's
Yeah.
unlikely
Yeah,
they'll get
because
something to fix it.
you can design it fairly, or you can design it unfairly as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hopes is that they get a refresher. What I expect is that they get a restander.
Not a
Yeah.
restander.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
What about a thing where, so say it's your second and third stride or something,
Mm.
but it's kind of like I don't know, for each card. Actually, not for each card you choose. So that's a bit too much. Actually, no. Yeah, because you busted, but you don't
Yeah.
want to deck out. So for each card, and maybe you didn't hit GBA, and maybe your favorite champ turns like doesn't look good. Maybe like
Unfavorite champ.
maybe not a Vanguard restand, but like something that just gives all your rear guards on attacks stand another unit or something. It's just like,
Oh, yeah. It's
What's
like
that
for
turn?
each card face up on your G zone, you choose one of your cards to give that ability.
at the end about that attack or boost,
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
and I don't know, give them 5k.
That
or
also
something.
like gives some interesting, like really interesting plays that they could do with.
Yeah, and you can maybe do it like on your if you don't have a good busted turn, you can just do it on this.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
One other thing, I
and
could
it
see-
doesn't give you extra drives, so you're not afraid of decking out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One other thing I could see them doing is still going with the standing and resting sort of gimmick.
Oh yeah, the
they're
shout
on?
support.
Shout.
Because like that
Shout.
was a
Maybe
really
just
big
shout
thing
support.
for them this 2019.
Yeah, main phase standing and
Mm.
Main phase shout.
So I think it could be like,
Mold Metal Shout.
do you remember the Death Army archetype?
Yeah.
Like,
We check
Yeah.
free.
Something like that. Like if at the start of your battle phase you stand all of your cards, and then for each one stand you do something like that.
Yeah.
You get the restanding effect.
Or yeah,
Yeah, I think either main phase like standing and resting to get benefits is also good.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Or maybe something that changes triggers, like no changes triggers, changes normal units to like kind of like Epic's Buster, where you,
Oh, yes,
regardless of what you check, you can stand.
Oh,
Yes, that
Well-
kind of Surikaze thing.
that's good.
All right.
Yes.
So Link Joker now.
All right,
Well,
please don't
good.
spend 5 minutes on this topic
I'll be
because I
quick,
know
I'll
you
be
will.
Chaos Breaker.
So Messiah,
No,
Chaos
you know
Breaker,
what?
and Deletus all want different things, so it's very hard. Messiah, I feel like something like Busted that flips up more than one card would be really good because
Yeah,
you can
allows
go
it to crawl.
turbo to integral.
Yeah.
Chaos Breaker, basically more
You
of the
can't help
same
that,
but stronger. Like update it to make it relevant, I guess.
The problem with the thing with Chaos Breaker, sorry, I'm jumping in real quick.
Yeah, go
The
ahead.
thing with Chaos Breaker though is it needs standard support though to actually
Yeah.
make the
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
deck better too. Like you can't just give it premium collection and not give it main
It'll
deck
still
support.
be a weak deck.
Like
It'll still be a
it
weak
really
deck.
pains me to
Yeah.
say, but I don't think they're gonna support Chaos Breaker simply because it won't be relevant enough. I guess.
It'll just be a
Yeah.
weak. You may as well
Messiah-
not have.
If you bring
Missile
those new
has-
players into premium and stuff
So
like that,
I think
standard
we're
players
all
are
on
going
the
to look like,
assumption
what the hell
that
is this?
Messiah will be the next
Yeah.
wave of support.
And
Yeah.
Messiah would just like the best thing for them would just be something that flips up more than one G unit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
And actually does more locking for your opponent.
Do you know what the spaghetti
No,
monster
that's
do?
fine. I think the more flipping is more needed.
and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
deleters is like pretty simple, but like they've always just been
Delete.
attacking. Yeah, delete, bash a lot. That's it. That's all.
That's
it.
it.
Would you like a generic deleter stride?
Yeah.
So I can use it.
Honestly,
For,
So you can play proper Messiah Deleter.
Instead
in
of
Primo.
the progenitor that Stargate got, I think they should have just had like, if Linker just had something like on stride, delete your opponent's Vanguard, and then that's it. Like give them a multi-attack or something. That would have been so much
Yeah.
better for deleters at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because because then you, although scary enough, Messiah like stuff like what's that girl? That grade 2 girl will restand a lot. So
Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
yeah.
the one that locks us out.
But then
Unlock her
so
for a skill.
Yeah.
you have to unlock her
Fine.
somehow.
I think
Yeah.
I think either the flip more turbo integral might be the new way to play.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And then DP.
DP.
Oh, alright.
hard,
Give more
actually.
guard break.
Actually, yeah, what happened to the guard break?
Legit.
Yeah,
Well, no,
exactly.
DP's
Like,
mechanic.
Legit. Like,
okay, but
It's
but here's-
probably going to be Dimension Police support, so legit, just give us Daikaiser, give us Guard Break, just make DP players happy.
But here's the only flaw I see with that though is they're already
Add
hitting big
one-
numbers. If you're breaking guard, people are just gonna sit there and
So,
go
like,
for
yeah,
nothing.
like a lot of people playing from if they
This is
carry
the thing about,
they'll be
like-
oh, what the hell?
Like the problem is people are dumping hands to be able to guard just one attack. Like imagine then breaking that and then
That's
You
like
know,
the
it's
risk
all for
of
nothing.
I bet like
Guard Restrict though.
like
the
don't
first
get me
attack,
wrong, I would
the
love
first
for it.
attack that each unit
Like,
has.
He already has everything done. They have the good first stride with Grand Gallop close.
And they have to finish it with Stark.
They have the finisher with Stark. They also have finisher with Gallop.
Gallop just
Just-
does
I
everything.
feel like
Yeah,
maybe
Gallop
like
they have too
is-
maybe
much.
that's a unit that says like that like
And it's
the first
probably
unit,
gonna
the
be
first
Dimension Police
star
support,
that's placed
so,
during
like-
your opponent's turn is retired.
Yeah. That could actually
Yeah.
be good. Just force an extra card from hand.
Yeah,
But that's just
it's just
That's
guarding
just
with
what
two.
they
pretty
do
much.
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they do.
It's
now.
like guarding with two, but like they can still null
Yeah.
because it also goes with still
It's- I
go.
feel like either you need to buff rear guards or something as well.
Yeah, true.
But the problem is DP is also in that corner where it's a Vanguard focused clan, right? Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Hmm.
So whatever they do, they're either gonna have to, it's gonna continue to buff the Vanguard, or it's just gonna not do anything at all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very hard for Busho to design around it.
I don't know, like
Maybe
DP. I
something
think
about the grade 3s they have in the hand or something like that. I don't know.
Hand.
The other option I
It's
can
very hard
see
to
though
get.
is the other option I see is they sort of rework the clan in its next support wave.
but they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to. No, DP gets support after Prim Collection,
Yeah.
So it could
go
very well
sneak peek
work.
into the support.
and you can just chuck. You can just chuck Prim Collection is like you can just chuck the stride in and
Yeah,
make the
exactly.
main deck. Like if the main deck's like got better rear guards, then
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Uh,
Neonectar, I'm gonna regret saying that.
Yeah.
we're gonna be here for 5 minutes if Rotates doesn't start
Yeah.
talking.
Rotanks.
Um,
Neos.
Yeah,
yeah,
Judge.
I-
Easy. Yeah, because you guys just.
I'm kind of thinking
Katrina.
like, give
No.
obviously
No,
Katrina,
no.
but like, what would you think about an earlier Valhamina that does slightly
Yes,
less?
yes.
Like a
It's not gonna work.
Valhamina that's not as good.
Even before they showed up, they go like ban Katrina and then give him a Katrina. That's
Just
weaker.
make
For the
just make
cost.
Valhamina GB free, and that's all the premium collection support we need.
Yeah, it gives you because sometimes you just can't make tokens for Katrina.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Something that
Valhamina
just
is
calls
actually
something from the
such
deck,
a
really.
good like
Like-
strat.
Then surely you can sort of bloom on.
Yeah, like,
on-
you
on
can
your-
put a bloom on it. I believe you can. I believe fully you can.
I
put
wouldn't put a
on it.
bloom on it. No.
No,
Like,
it's not bloom. It's like
not like
soft-
search for. It's like soft bloom, like same
More
like,
drives.
power.
How many
Just
tokens you
search.
called this turn?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, you go ahead.
I guess it's all of us, Grenager, yeah.
Great
Great
nature,
give them something to finish with. That's
Yeah,
Something-
please. Something that's not Zoa.
Something that's like Isabel,
It's
right?
It's
But
so
with Jesus.
it's so double-edged. It's not even funny. It's like
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah.
like when you win, like you need the Rhino for Zola, and then your opponent's probably already prepared, or if your opponent's not prepared, you cheese them. But then that's your only way you can win. Like
Hmm.
I think you need
Mm.
something more. Like I don't know. I think you need huge power buffs or something like mill,
Yeah.
maybe like mill 2, and for each grade that's milled, you choose units and they all get power based on that grade or something.
And like GB, and maybe like a GB2 effect that's like every time you mill, you get both effects. Like just like another Isabel.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
first premium collection stride they got was really good, so I think like
It's really good,
just
yeah.
more of that. Like that was a really good step for them.
yeah, like maybe
Yeah.
a finisher version.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
And then Meg Colony.
Gridora.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
as much as I hate to say it, like
Yeah.
I think Mega Colony just needs more of that. You can't call to circles mechanic.
Yeah.
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 But,
Like
like,
Not
literally.
fun, but it's what they.
It's not
what they
fun,
do.
but it's the only thing. Like
It's- yeah.
it's out of
that's-
that.
But that's
Well,
also all Mega Colony does. That's all it's ever.
Yeah, but I think
And
that's
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 all- yeah.
very unhealthy game design as well.
Maybe this is also pretty unhealthy, but in the last set that they got, they were pretty focused on milling your opponent.
Yeah, I think the
So
milling's
something
also.
like that.
Yeah, I think the milling's also.
Like you've
very-
either got to go
Yeah.
down one route which helps Gridora, you got to
Yeah,
go
I
down
think
a milling.
I think Mega
which
Colony should
helps.
turn. It's like kind of like that. It's like Dex and there's a deck in Buddy Fight that plays like the current Mega Colony. It's called. It just mills your opponent, so it's like kind of like
There's a lot of
Like-
Dexter and Buddy Fight.
Black Dragon. Well, if people know what I'm talking about, Black Dragons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just So basically, what a deck does is it mills you win by milling your opponent to death.
Mm.
So like I don't think Vanguard has anything like that. So it punishes clans that try to plus a lot or that draw a lot.
Vanguard has decks that mill themselves to try and win the game quicker.
Yeah,
It would destroy Grand Blue.
You'll destroy. Yeah, so it's a
Like
an
Grand Blue,
indirect-
Well,
it's,
we have milling decks in Vanguard though as well.
yeah,
but
but
not-
it's,
Not
they
to
mill
the same
themselves.
extent.
I
like,
mean,
Buddy Fight
mills your
mills
opponent.
decks.
Yeah, Buddy
Like
like
properly mills your opponent to death. Like
Yeah.
sits there and goes, all right, mill two.
I won't
mill
win
two."
by killing you, but I will win by milling you.
It's like I'm not going to hit you very hard,
That's it,
but you're
win
not going to
hard.
have cards in deck.
Yeah,
Like,
So if you
honestly,
try to
it could
plus
be
as much-
something like you draw 3 cards and then your opponent mills 3 or something like that.
That's right.
for each rested rear guard, mill one of your opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally all it is.
So like
and then
alternate win condition.
I
So
you're
guess
up.
just
Uh,
cover
oh,
art is the
oh,
last
let's-
thing.
The cover
Ah,
art is Prey
That
Elemental.
cover
Yeah.
art. Yeah, it's a
Elemental?
prey elemental for sure.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
we
they
don't-
need a card
it could
I think it's a generic. I think it's going to be another generic G. Pretty
It
strong.
Okay, what my theory is, it's got to do something with Progenitors that came out last year.
You know
Ooh.
what? This is going to sound absolutely stupid. My theory is this could actually be a fully generic G guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I just said.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Sure
Like
now.
this actually looks like the cover art looks like it could be something that's actually made for defense.
Because it looks like Rack.
That would be-
Within a really offensive set, right? Which it is. All this is just making the game more offensive.
Well, to be
You-
fair,
you-
the only thing we got confirmed is G Guard, so it wouldn't be out of the question as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not putting it past the fact that it could be
Yeah.
a
Maybe a G card that
generic
comes out in grade 2.
free G guard, you know?
Mm.
Like obviously it's got the 15k base shielded,
Yeah.
and then it's like
Maybe
Um,
effect based on what happened.
Actually,
effect,
Maybe
where it's
another
like,
effect
if
that's
the
like,
Vanguard, if your opponent's Vanguard is attacking your Vanguard, it gets 15k, or if a Regard is attacking your Vanguard, it gets
Mm.
like
Okay.
10k or
Straight up.
5k or something.
I think it might. Like, something I
And
don't know.
It's like
That's a good order.
completely free or whatever it is, but
Mm.
it's good, but it's not broken levels of good.
Another like effect similar to Buddy Fight is I think it could potentially be a phase ender. Like if you meet the right conditions, you just end the battle phase.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. I think that's really
because we're
nice.
getting a lot of interaction, defensive and
We're
interaction,
actually getting a lot
Because
of
when you think
interaction
about it,
between players
like
now.
order cards, which we'll talk about next time. But
Yeah, like I feel
Oh.
like because like I don't know, it's got that sort of scythe looking thing. It's like Honolulu.
phase and
It remind-
yeah,
it
like if your
reminds me a lot
opponent
about
attacked,
Honolulu.
so your opponent attacked like maybe 6 times,
Yeah.
End their turn.
I reckon 6 times. Yeah, this just
discard free end the turn, or
Yeah.
like
I feel like I feel like it would be
Just
it would
big
be
limit at that
think
point.
maybe not
Make a
discard
limit,
3,
but
not
But we're
discard 3,
thinking, though,
might discard
like,
1. I think.
We got to start thinking, what decks does that stop? That stops Aquas, that stops Novas, that stops
It
No,
stops
Novas
a
are
lot of
kinda
decks.
done
Pale
after
Moon,
Busted.
DI,
yeah,
Let's stop
it
some.
stops quite a lot of decks, but it has to
Angel
be a heavy.
Feather.
It has to be a heavy, like
No one stop Angel Feather.
Angel
Well,
Feather multi
Stops
attacks.
quite a bit of decks.
It
Actually.
will stop. It's not Ultimate Loop. Yeah,
It
stop
stops
Angel
Infinite Loop.
it stops Infinite Loops, and that's what I love about it.
yeah, and
No.
make it a G guard, make it a G guard, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
G God.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you still have to pay like the heal for cost, but then like
And you
there's a discard cost,
free.
or
But then you've got to
counterblast
discard
cost.
3 or
I
something.
feel like actually, I don't know. Hot take.
A discard 2.
Discard
like-
an order card from your hand to use
What
it.
are we saying if it's like...
Nah,
Might as
That's
well
not
make a
an
limit
order
at that point.
card.
no, then that benefits if you go first. Then what's the point? Your opponent strides first, and then you don't even
Yeah,
have an
actually,
order
yeah,
card.
because like
Yeah.
that makes sense. Then.
Actually, what about stride that gives you an order card if you went first?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
fine.
be trail elemental. That'd be trail elemental.
Is
Yeah.
in the what's it called? Like the thingo that we have. What was it? It was saying one box. So one box is 10 packs, and one pack is 3 cards. So is
So
it gonna
we
be
c-
like 2 G guards, 1 stride? Do we think?
We have
It'd
one.
probably
G,
be
we
like
have G guards
last game
confirmed.
collection.
We have G
So
guards confirmed.
it'll...
Yeah. One-
Res are going to be your G Guards,
Hmm.
right? Let's be real. And then you're going to
Triple
have
res.
strides as triple res and GLs or
And
whatever it
then
is.
do we? Do you feel we're getting nation strides again?
10k heal triggers that do the counter stuff.
I feel like it's either getting nation strides because like those things on the cover, yeah, they look like.
There could be nation strides as well. Yeah.
They
I
could
think-
also
I
be
think-
nation...
I-
Oh,
the
no,
reason the colours
you know
are
what?
not-
I'm
Gonna
actually...
get
no,
nation
not
strides,
really,
we've
no.
seen
They're
them
not
already.
nation strides.
Because the bottom
They
left
can't
one
be.
looks Royal Paladin, the bottom
Yeah.
middle one looks like Genesis, and the bottom right one looks like
Yeah.
Geek.
So maybe no nation strides. Maybe a
No nation
trigger
strides.
and G
High
guard.
key.
triggers.
High key, I want for me high key. I want Bushra to move away from the nation strides.
Mm.
Yeah,
It was a cool
you
concept,
maybe,
but we're
uh,
kind of done with it.
They
Yeah.
were fine with the Zeroth dragons. The progenitors were a little bit too much. In
No,
my
they're
opinion.
underwhelming. I think they're-
Genesis is just underwhelming. They
Yeah, they're
overbalance.
underwhelming. They're welcoming, but like underwhelming.
They were welcoming, but
We just
I
don't want
don't-
them anymore now.
they weren't necessary for the game.
But
Yeah.
Sues are still shit because like only one player can use it properly. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess that wraps us up. This is
Yeah.
going to be an extremely long video. I don't know what time.
I'll
we
go to
started.
be. It is.
It's
Alright.
going to be an
50 minutes.
absolute massive video. So
we're
I
gonna have
hope.
we're gonna have a longer one once everything gets revealed. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do some more discussions
So,
on that's
I
good.
guess whoever's editing this, please put a disclaimer at the front that this is more of a podcast type video and that they could
Mm.
literally sit there and listen to it in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Order cards next week, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get all the cards soon.
Hope maybe next week. I don't know because we still got this new standard set to go through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So we've got a lot to cover on the channel.
There's nothing to cover about Team Vanity Dragon. It's
The product stream, that was a lot of like good information
Mm.
there.
product. Yeah, I think next is order cards. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about order cards. People want to know. New game account. It applies to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, thank you all for tuning in if you've made it this far, or if you skipped ahead to your favorite clan or whatever.
Yeah.
These are just our thoughts. We're not a part of Bushy Road in any way, so we've got no idea. We're just trying to think of the best ways, I guess, to make each clan better.
And my uncle's friend's cousin said that he knows a guy who works at Busher Road.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
So this is our first insight.
It's true. It's all
Yep.
true.
It's all true. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, listening, whatever it is you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
back.
subscribe, tune in for more videos coming up.
Yeah.
Do we post 2 times a week?
3 now.
Yeah.
3
Three.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm expecting Rotanks to have more card fight 0.
Oh, yeah. I already have
coming out.
some fights recorded. Yeah.
We have some more like fights lined up as well. So
Oh yeah, so stay tuned. Turn the bell on if you're brave enough. And
like,
we'll see you
comment,
in the next
subscribe.
one.